All right, this guy on the opposing team did an amazing job blasting us away with lavaloon. So I'm trying to understand what it is that he does and why, because he seems to do it so easily. And so he starts off with a zap quake, and he's choosing this air defense over here. Question is, why that one? Well, he's doing it so that he can lure the clan castle, right? But why that one? He could have chosen another one, but so that one really easy to get in. And then it looks like from here he's thinking come behind the air blower. What do you call it? Air sweeper. So he's got to arch it down just to keep luring out the dragon, and his queen is good enough to with a cloak to be able to take out the dragon. So he starts over the lava, then a couple of balloons, then a couple more balloons, and then he does a haste. In this case, the air defense is right on the outside, so that's kind of a little easier to get to. And he starts with the next lava hound. He's kind of moving around in a circle, and he dropped a second lava hound. And notice that they fly across the base. He doesn't just drop it directly in front of the air defense. So right now it is 33%. How far? He's a minute and a half into it, and all three of his lava hounds are down. So it was interesting. If you look, he's got a rage spell all the way out here. It's not over any buildings or anything like that. He just dropped it to get the balloons in there quickly. And so he still has another lava hound. I find that the queen is such a killer on these attacks, but it doesn't seem to be a problem for him because he's got all the lava hounds down. So I'm wondering if maybe that's a strategy to try to have everything end up on top of the queen so that there's lots of lava pups, or at a minimum, making sure that your clan castle lava hound blows up over the queen. All right, so no need to watch all of that. The rest is just clean up. 3 stars. Next one, looking for that same kind of pattern that he's doing. Here's his clan castle out here, so he's trying to lure that. So he could have gone that side, or he could have gone to this one over here, but this side has the queen on it, so it makes sense that he would probably want to do his balloons from the other side. And over here, he dropped in 2 and 2. So why is that? Well, because if he just did, just a couple in one place, these 2 archer towers might have targeted it, and he might not have gotten into the center. So again, he does the lure out to the corner and brings up the dragon, makes quick use of that, and then so what does he do? He comes in behind this air sweeper, and he gives a haste. So that seems to be consistent on both. He puts a haste in, and so he's got his. Oops, let me slow this down a bit. Then he uses a rage. He's got what? 1, 2 lava hounds down that he flies in from far across, not just on top of the air defense. And so now they're all down. We're at a minute and 10 seconds. Everything has been, all of his lava hounds been put out, and he's right there over the last air defense. And this one was pretty easy for him too. Did the queen go? Oh, the queen. That's his queen. Yeah, his queen. His queen was. He destroyed our queen in no time. All right, so that's those. I'm going to show you my first attempt, which was not very successful. And let me see, that's this one. Yeah, so I actually went for this because it was a rushed Town Hall 10, but similar environment. So I said that's where the clan castle is. I'm going to try to lure, and I'm going to stay away from the queen. So I knew that the wizard would cause some problems. And notice doing balloons one at a time. If you do all 3 together, they clump, and a wizard tower can take out 50 balloons with one shot because of the splash damage that it does. So then notice both air defenses point downward, and that's kind of the mistake I made on this. Was I went the wrong way around the base. I kind of went clockwise around the base, and so I ended up going in the face of the air sweepers. So I did a haste right away, and then by now I should be dropping a second lava hound, but I didn't. And so now I'm coming over this way, but my lava hound is all the way over here. So I'm not kind of paying attention. I should have had 2 lava hounds going over there and had the balloons. So now the balloons are coming in kind of unprotected, and that lava hound was really just wasted. So I did a rage there, and then now this air sweeper is going to cause a problem for my troops that are trying to come up and in to get that last air defense down, and the rest of the balloons. Yeah, and I'm out of rage spells, out of haste spells, so getting everybody to finish up is really not going to work, and that air blower is just causing too many problems. So just not really able to get very far with that. Yeah, and actually I think I did destroy all the pieces, but ran out of time, couldn't clean up the base entirely. All right, let me see. I did another one that was pretty weak. I'll show you that one because I think it's good to look at the failures. So here's the clan castle. So again, I'm trying to lure there. This was kind of hard because there's a lot of actually no, this one's pretty close. So I dropped the one there to get rid of the bomb tower. In come a couple of loons, and it didn't. There were no clan castle troops, so fine. I just kind of moved on. Again, instead of, I don't know, there's an air sweeper, right? So this one I think I got a little bit better at coming around it. And I think in this case I was also a little late on some deployments. So there I got a rage, and this part of it kind of goes okay, but by now I should have dropped in another lava hound. So you can see I'm at 1:43. Okay, so another one's coming in. And these expos are really causing a lot of damage. On the ones that the opponent attacked, we did have air-facing expos, but didn't seem to bother them at all. This spell right here, that just did me no good. These balloons are just stuck. They're not even going for the air defense. They're not blowing up near the queen. And so as a result, this kind of all dies right here. The balloons are right in the middle of 2 air defenses and just really can't get any of the job done. All right, but I did get one good one working. I guess this was probably my last one. It was pretty good, 3-star, and it was a pretty maxed base. We've got expos pointed up, and this was a really hard clan castle to try to trigger. Again, there's no clan castle troops though. Not my fault, just doing raids, so you never know what you're gonna get. But I used quite a few balloons because I wasn't sure if I would be able to get enough to get in to really trigger it. And in fact, it looks like I really didn't. So looking at where that circle is now is about when I would have triggered it. So then again, the lava hound right from where you drop the balloons to let it fly all the way across. See how it's soaking up the damage of these of the Teslas. And the second lava hound coming in, the rage, and again I'm coming from behind the air blower and slowly filtering in more balloons. There's another lava hound, and I probably dropped the last one is kind of coming up here to target that one. So all in all, this one kind of it has a better flow. It went bit by bit by bit by bit. It wasn't sporadic, and so even though that queen is doing some damage, even though expos are shooting at the balloons, the job still does get done. So what are the keys? I think the keys are lure effectively and make your lava hounds fly across the base instead of directly in front of an air defense, and use your spells effectively. Drop them a little in front of where you want them to get instead of over the actual target that you want them to hit. All right, man, that's all I got. Have a good one.